Anyway, top 10 Tuesdays. That's where we're at right now.
That is where we're at.
And you know what? I need to lower this.
Thank you.
I'm like screaming right now. Nothing, TL. Nothing at all. So anyway, top 10 point guards in the NBA. I actually had a really hard time with this list.
I did too a little bit. I'm already saying that John Wall is not on my list. Jason Kidd is not on my list.
Well, Kidd career-wise would definitely be on my list. But as of right now, there are definitely 10 guys I would take over Jason Kidd.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, when we do these top 10 lists, I look at it as a guy that would I not want him on my team for the next, 5 years.
All right, so we going 10-9-8, 10-9-8?
Yes, sir. And as usual, I would love to let you start.
Great.
Yep, pressure on you, my friend. Ha, ha, ha.
At number 10, I have Ty Lawson of the Denver Nuggets. Because I think that is a very good, well-balanced team. Lawson's, I think, a point guard on the up and up. And watch out, because next year, he could be a top 5 candidate.
Ty Lawson? That's for sure.
Could
He's
be.
a beast.
Could be a top 5 candidate. At number 9, I've got the Rookie of the Year, Kyrie Irving. I think Kyrie Irving's going to be a monster in the NBA next year, dude.
Wow.
I honestly do. I like Kyrie Irving a lot, and especially since I watched that video of him dookie on people in the park as an old man, gave me even more respect for him. Okay?
I respect that. I do.
Number 8, Ricky Rubio.
Wow.
Got Ricky Rubio as number 8 because I think within the next 3-4 years, he's going to be the best point guard in the NBA. He's on the up and up, and if he can stay playing with Kevin Love and stay with the Minnesota Timberwolves, I think those two are going to be a great little dynamic duo.
Wow. And then TL's got Kyle Lowry at 8, Jeremy Lin at 9, and Jameer Nelson at 10. Oh, Jeremy Lin and Jameer Nelson, TL, really. Kyle Lowry's interesting to me because I could see it, and then at the same time, I could not see it. Lin gave you 30 games. I have no idea what Jeremy Lin really is. And Jameer Nelson, he lost that killer jump shot that he seemed to have. So I don't know. I think Dwight Howard not being there really hurts.
I think that killed him too.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. TL puts in the chat room for Jameer Nelson. He's on the Magic. And Lin, because he thinks he has a lot to learn, but he can be really good. I agree with you on that, and I understand Nelson because he's on the Magic. I respect both of those reasonings. I do. And like I said, Kyle Lowry, I could see both ways. I could see him being in the list. I could see him not being in the list. So I can feel that. Joey, my reaction to yours is actually really interesting because you did yours so far in more of a who's going to be the best, almost. Not right this second.
Not right this second. I kind of had my own flow with this.
No, I'm not hating on it at all.
Because I kind of went like how you did. Like, all right, who would I want within the next 5 years?
Who am I building my franchise
Who do I want to build?
with?
That's why I think Kyrie Irving's going to be a monster, and same with Ricky Rubio.
I wish I still had my notes on when I took a bunch of notes on Rookie of the Year when Kyrie Irving won Rookie of the Year. And NBA.com did this really cool, fun quiz thing where it was like, can you name the past 10 Rookie of the Years? And 9 out of the 10 have gotten to at least 2 All-Star games. Most of them have, have been part of some type of significant playoff run. Mm-hmm. So Rookie of the Year right now in the NBA,
it's big.
It's a good award to win. It seems to show that you're on the right track to go somewhere. Ricky Rubio, I don't know about him yet. I love his style.
Rubio's the man, dude.
I
Watch
love
out.
his style.
He's gonna be the best. He's gonna be the best
really
point guard
young.
in the NBA within the next 5 years.
I'll give you on that 5th year. He's still really young.
I get it, but he's been playing professional ball since 15, bro. He's going to be a baller.
I'm sorry. Italy, or Spain.
If you're 15 years old playing with a bunch of 30-year-old men, you're pretty damn good.
That's a valid point. I can't, because whether that age difference, you're slower. you're not as strong.
Nah.
You don't know half as much about the game. And so
Once he figures out the
respect
NBA,
that, yeah.
he's gonna be the man. All right. What about you? What do you got?
respect that.
What do you got? 10, 9, 8.
My 10, 9, 8. All right. So my 10, I'm split on between numerous guys. I just read this to Joey. I'm going to read all the guys, and as soon as I'm done reading them, I'm just going to pick one and go with it. I got Ty Lawson, Brandon Jennings, Ramon Sessions, Darren Collison, or Jose Calderon for number 10. Ty Lawson, I got to go with just because of the simple fact he's my UNC boy. He helped bring a national championship. Him and Tyler Hansborough, I will always be big, and Danny Green and a couple guys off that team. No matter where they go in their careers, going to be big fans of them as long as they don't play for like the Knicks or the Heat, pretty much. So I'm going to go with Ty Lawson as my 10. Even though I will say this, all right, real quick for everybody out there, you guys need to know one thing. Jose Calderon, amongst all point guards this year, had the best assist-to-turnover ratio in the NBA. Nobody had a better assist-to-turnover ratio than him. What do you call it? Rondo had something like 30 more assists than he did on the season, but Rondo had around 100 more turnovers than he did, a little more. So shout out to Jose Calderon. He's my honorable mention for this top 10 list. Best assist to turnover ratio in the NBA this year. Go to NBA.com, check the stats, and question me on it. I know I'm right. But I just don't really like his style of play too much, so I can't really make him my top 10. So we're going to go Ty Lawson for the UNC factor, and he looked really good against the Lakers in the playoffs. Number 9, I have an ex-Net.
Wow.
Devin Harris in
I
Utah.
knew you were going to say that.
Love Devin Harris's game. Love Devin Harris's game. I'm a huge fan of it. Now, real quick so you guys understand, I did mine with the basis of assist-to-turnover ratio. That was one of my biggest determining factors, and then I use points per game as another way to look at it. Steals, that kind of stuff. Devin Harris, huge fan of him. If it wasn't really for him...
Utah wouldn't have made the playoffs this year.
Him and Al Jefferson were pretty much the backbone of that team. So
I'm not going to hate on that.
Big Devin Harris fan.
I'm not going to hate on Devin Harris.
When he was on the Nets...
He was the only good
one
thing.
Of the best players. He was pretty
the
much
only player.
Him and Brooke Lopez were pretty much it. So big Devin Harris fan.
Wow.
And then I actually went Mike Conley from Memphis.
I'm not gonna hate on Conley. I actually should have probably put him at 10. I'm not gonna hate on that.
I like Mike Conley from Memphis. I actually really like the Memphis team as a whole.
Dude, they just got, it came down to a game 7.
Yeah, Mike Conley, O.J. Mayo, Rudy Gay, Zach Randolph, Marc Gasol. Big fan of the Memphis team, but Mike Conley's sort of the glue that holds them together, and I'm a big fan of how he plays ball. So, Mike Conley, number 8 for me. Joey, we've reached number 7, 6, and 5 for you.
All right, I'm going with the old head at 7, Steve Nash, who's probably going to come to Miami, unfortunately, to try and win a championship this coming season.
Most likely, yeah.
Bro, even though he's about 40 years old, he's without a doubt one of the best point guards still in the NBA. His court vision is amazing. It honestly is. And for the amount of energy and just overall leadership that he brings to a team, he's number 7, if not maybe deserves to be a little higher on the list. All right, so I got him at 7. At 6, I've got Tony Parker. Tony Parker is the fuel for the San Antonio Spurs.
That pick and roll game.
That pick and roll game that they have is unreal, and Parker really showed why he is one of the best point guards in the NBA this playoffs. At 5, I've got the man who's undecided where to go, Darren Williams. Got Darren Williams at 5. He's a great shooter. He's an overall great point guard. I mean, he could honestly be higher than 5. Arguably, a lot of people have him at 1, 2, or 3 because of the dimensions that he brings to the game. Because he can score, he can pass, he can rebound, he can do it all. But he's number 5 on my list. What you got, Mr. Dave?
Well, real quick, let's...
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Because TL's participating,
I forgot.
So I really want him... Oh, Joey Crack, what's in the crib? Joey Crack in the crib and has been listening since 10 a.m.
Dude.
Thank you, Joey Crack. We appreciate the support,
Joey Crack,
dude. We really
assemble! Dude, his girlfriend told me last night that, like, they woke up, and as soon as he wakes up, he goes, yo, you gotta put on SportsZone. Joey D's on at 10 o'clock. He's not on at 12. You gotta listen.
Yeah.
You gotta listen to SportsZone.
Joey Crack, the White Mamba's buddy, man. Yeah, dominating beer pong. Just so you know, Joey Crack, I want you to know one thing real quick before I talk about TL's 7, 6, and 5. TL, by the way, I like it. Joey Crack, I want you to know one thing. Next time you guys are playing a game of beer pong, I need a phone call. Because I'm going to show up rocking a cheerleading outfit and start rooting for you and Joey D.
Dude,
I've
never rocked with Joey Crack. It's just been me and Sparrow Center.
Oh, Sparrow Center. My bad.
But you know what? It's cool.
Rock with Joey Crack
it's cool.
So
we are going to rock. We're going to rock it out one time, and we're going to be dominating the tables. It's all good. All good.
Oh, man.
All right, so who does TL got?
TL's got Jay Kidd at number 7, Steve Nash at 6, and Russell Westbrook at 5. The one thing I have no issue with Steve Nash or J. Kidd being in a top 10 list of point guards in the NBA. No issue at all.
I'm not going to have an issue.
Can't have one. They've been doing it for too long to get mad at that. I'm interested with Russell Westbrook at 5.
I'm interested at that too.
Because you can go either way with him, okay? Really high turnover.
I feel like the top 5 you can just flip-flop any way you want.
You can go, well, when I say either way with Russell Westbrook, I mean either way in the sense that you can move him backwards from 5. His turnovers were through the roof when I looked at him last night. I actually loaded up NBA.com and set it up so that I could find it real quick.
You're not on a mic.
Oh, sorry, guys. My bad. I leaned away. Russell Westbrook, all right, averaged 5.6 assists per game, and had they didn't give me a total number. That's terrible. But he averaged almost 2.5 turnovers a game. So that means he's only +3 in turnovers to assist, in comparison to my boy Calderon. See if I can find him. I'm looking. If I don't find him quick, I'm just going to stop looking. Yeah, he didn't pop up quick enough. I'm sorry. That stinks. All right, whatever. I don't like the turnovers. Not the biggest fan of that. But he's so much fun to watch that I don't have an issue with him being at number 5 either. So TL.
I like TL's reasoning on it.
What?
TL writes in the chat room that, with Russell Westbrook, he thinks his talent is amazing. He's young, but he has a lot to learn. And I actually really respect that. I kind of wish now I've dropped Russell Westbrook a little bit now. That's a great reason. He does have a lot to learn.
I actually like Russell Westbrook as well. Like I said, you can go both ways. If you're only worried about his role as assisting in turnovers, you would drop him out of your top 5. If you're worried about him scoring points and having impact plays, you're jumping him into your top 5.
Yeah.
You can go either way with Russell Westbrook. One way or another, the man deserves to be on the list, and that's all that really matters with that one.
I just made a switch to my top 5.
Joey just made a switch. All right. So now Joey's 7, 6, 5 went Nash, Parker, Williams. My 7, 6, 5 goes Nash, Williams, Parker.
Oh, nice! Look at that, Dave! Yeah!
So I switched Parker and Williams compared to Joey. And the only reason I did that is because Tony Parker, 3 NBA championships, almost got his team there this year. What an impact player. Has an NBA Finals MVP to his resume. Darren Williams,
doesn't have any of that.
nothing, okay? And now I understand he plays on the Nets right now, but in that Utah team he was on, with Jerry Sloan as head coach.
They were a good team.
Carlos Boozer in the prime. They had a lot of talent on that team. And I don't think they got out of the second round. So, it's hard for me to put Darren Williams in my top 5. Hence why I gave Tony Parker the number 5 spot instead of Darren Williams.
Dude, let me just tell you real quick. That makes me feel awesome that we have the same, basically 7, 6, 5. That makes me feel great because you are the basketball head. So therefore, I feel like job well done by Joey D right there.
Yeah,
job
very
well
job
done.
well done. TL, real quick, who are you saying you think takes too many shots? I'm sorry. Are we still talking Westbrook
I think
in the
Westbrook.
chat room?
Yeah.
Because if you are, I completely agree. He does take too many. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Westbrook does take too many shots. But at the same time, that's just the way they run their offense, and they obviously have done fine considering they made the finals. But I agree, for a point guard, he takes way too many shots considering the options he has. Derrick Rose, I think he takes too many shots for a point guard, but he's the final option if they don't have anybody that gets open for a shot. So it's a give and take kind of thing. So, Joey D, we've reached
Halfway mark.
we've cracked that top 5, my friend. So why don't you go 4-3-2? All right, you know what? Let's just go 4-3-2-1.
Okay.
We might as well just, because I mean, if you go 4-3-2, it's going to be pretty obvious who your
number one is
based on who you say 4-3-2.
All right, at 4. Like I said, I just made a change in my top 5 because I like TL's reasoning. So 4 is now Westbrook. 4
4 is now Westbrook.
4 is now Westbrook.
right.
You know, I really do. He's a second star on that team behind KD. He does take too many shots. I will give you that, TL. But my 4 is Westbrook. My 3 is Rose, because MVP. But he actually would have been a little bit higher for me, except one thing. The Bulls can win without him. Terrible. That killed me. So I was actually going to put him higher, but I can't, because the Bulls can win without Derrick Rose. And then number 2, Team Rondo at number 2. Team Rondo. What he did in this NBA playoffs and what he did all the second half in the NBA season, I'm a believer in Rondo. And I could have arguably put him at 1, but my number 1 is CP3. I think CP3 is just amazing. What he did with the Clippers. They had basically the same team. You just added one player. All of a sudden, you won 20 more games. You went to the second round of the playoffs. That's an amazing person right there, man. So I got CP3 at 1, Rondo at 2, Derrick Rose at 3, Russell Westbrook at 4.
Not bad, Joey. Not bad at all. I like that. Well, let's let everybody know TL's 4-3-2-1. TL has CP3 at number 4. He has Tony Parker at number 3, Derrick Rose at number 2, and Rajon Rondo at 1. And now I had to ask him, you know, he really liked Parker over CP3. That one surprised me. But like he puts in the chat room, he thinks Parker works harder than CP3 does. He could be correct. I mean, none of us obviously know the real truth on how hard, you know, either one of these guys really works. But from what he sees on the court, that's what he believes. And you know what? Pretty much all 10 of these guys, no matter how you put them in an order, some people are going to think you're really right. Some people are going to think you're really wrong. Mm-hmm. I just feel like Tony Parker's age is a takeaway compared to CP3. Both tend to get injured every now and then. CP3 to me is a little more reliable of a jump shooter, but maybe not as good as getting to the hole. Yeah, dude, I could go either way with you on that, TL. I can. I just love CP3's game, so I'm sort of biased, I guess, in this argument because I really do love how CP3 just plays ball. I do. So, with no further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you my 4-3-2-1. Russell Westbrook, I put at number 4. I love his game. I love how offensively he can go. And one of the things that he doesn't get credit for, and you saw it in the playoffs this year, is his ability to make amazing defensive plays. Now, do I think he's a great defender? No, because that's why they put Cephalosha in the guard Tony Parker and took... there's Marty in the chat room. I promised you I'd wear it today, brother. I promised you. But Westbrook defensively can make some amazing plays. He really can. Not as consistent, but man, I think he's going to turn into one of the best point guards some of us might have ever seen. I don't know. He has a lot of potential to me. So I got him at 4. I got my boy D Rose at number 3.
Yeah, Dave. Dave.
I had to put D Rose at 3. I couldn't give him the number 2 or the 1. Really for the simple fact that with him missing so many games this year, as Joey said, his team was able to win without him. And on top of that, I have no idea how quickly he's going to be back from this injury. So, nor do we know what he's going to be like after the injury. So, I had to put him at 3. I couldn't put him any higher. I have Chris Paul at number 2. Love his game so much. But Mr. Rajon Rondo.
Wow, you got Rondo as number 1?
He did it to me this year.
Matt Bull put it in your head.
The playoffs did it, man. The playoffs did it. What I watched him do. And you know what? You know why I had to do it? Last year in the Eastern Conference Finals, the Miami Heat put LeBron James on Derrick Rose. And Derrick Rose pretty much disappeared. Was not part of the game. He could not handle LeBron guarding him. Mm-hmm. Rajon Rondo still did his thing pretty much whenever he wanted.
He was amped to go against LeBron James, bro.
Pretty much whenever he wanted, no matter who guarded him on Miami. And that is why I have to do this and put him as my number 1 point guard. I just have to do it. So I have Rajon Rondo at number 1, even though I wanted to be a homer and make Derrick Rose my number 1.
Stop being a homer, Simpson.
I couldn't do it. And you know what? That little this, Joey, the little fake behind the back plays. I'm sorry, dude. My jaw dropped almost every time he did it. I was hooked. I thought it was so cool looking. And yeah, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we have just wrapped up another edition of what we like to call
Top 10 Tuesday.